Okay, Con. You can hear me?
Con.
Okay, I can't hear you. Let's see. See something real quick. You can hear?
Yeah, Con.
Can you hear, brother?
Yeah, Con. Yeah, I can hear you.
Can you hear?
Yeah, Con. Yeah, I can't hear nothing. Nah. You can hear me? Nah, I can't hear you. Nah.
What about now?
Yeah, Con. Con.
What about now?
Con. Yeah.
You can hear me?
Yeah, Con.
I can't hear you. Oh, you know what? I know what I gotta do. Let me do this real quick. No, I'll just wait. All right. All right.
Now, crypto's cool. The entertainment world is embracing crypto, digital currency, and
All right. Good.
Con.
All right. So with that, before we get going, we're back with another live lesson. And before we get started, we would like to give our honor, praise, and glory and thanks to Yahweh. Double honors to the hopefully elect elder apostle slave to be saved. Lord willing, start with those at the GMS church on down to the rest that may be out here under the same doctrine. You know, Shalom, onward to the rest of the Akim, you know, here, to Akim here. Okay. In the order given all diligence, teaching, and all true faith and sincerity, Shalom, as well as to the rest of you Akim doing likewise, from the elder Akim on down to the younger Akim, and onward as well, Shalom as well to you, the rest of you fellow believers, you know, women, children, and men of the Israelite race in on this faith also of Yahweh Bashim outside. So we're back with another lesson, and you know, to the elect, obviously, but we're back with another live lesson, and in this live lesson, we're going to be dealing with what? Not allowing your comfort and complacency to make you become weak. You know what I'm saying? See the title, Unbalanced, you know, etc. You know, don't allow comfort and complacency to wreck you, to ruin you, to get you in, you know, pretty much out of good standing uh, as far as where you can be in the ministry, you know, as a brother or a sister that has this truth, that knows what's going on, uh, and that also could be saved. You know, so which is what this also goes into. Like, don't allow your comfort, complacency, and etc. to make you become weak, unbalanced, uh, or get you destroyed. And that's exactly what can happen. Okay, um, there's some, you know, I was just meditating on through the spirit, and pretty much this like comes up. You know, this has been just been coming up now for the, you know, like every time it starts to get hot, you know, it's you know, and it, pretty much during the seasons, you know, during the times of the seasons, you know, it's it's a that's a mold. That's where the mold or the button for adjustment uh, shows itself. to those that are paying attention. And you probably need to completely take heed to that mode, that button. You need to take heed to that, because if you don't, you're pretty much going to stay in the same state that you was probably in the previous season, which might not make sense or might not work for this season. So it's things that come up that show you need to adjust, and the season's changing is one of them. Okay. You see that with everything. You see that with the animals. You see that with the ants. You see that with the birds. You see that with the even the sun, daylight. You see that with a lot of things. So, and it's ultimately because these things, they see that. So matter of fact, you got something?
Con.
Go ahead.
This is 2 Timothy chapter 4, verse 2. Preach the word, be instant in season, out of season, reprove, rebuke, exhort with all long suffering and doctrine. So it's always about it's basically continuing accordingly. We know the seasons change, and as the elder was bringing out through seasons, we see that ultimately it requires the different seasons require a different circumstances, if you will. They cause different circumstances, but the point is always need to be a forward moving. We need to be moving forward in the ministry. So therefore, we need to be instant in season and out of season. So all the time is ultimately, when you go into the word instant, it's just saying be ready, and it goes into of time. So we always need to be prepared and be ready, and always in the right mindset that's going to keep us moving forward steadily.
All right, yeah. Let me get this real quick to hit that initial point you said, which is be instant in season. This is Ecclesiastes 3:1. It says, "To everything there is a season, and a time to every purpose under the heaven." So it gives you examples, when you go on to read it. Okay. I'll just get an example: a time to be born and a time to die. So it's when it's a time to die, you need to be in season, and there's certain things that need to die. The scriptures tell us pretty much the old man got to die. You know what I'm saying? We are to mortify our members. The old man is supposed to be passed away. If we can get that in 2 Corinthians, I want to say 2 Corinthians 5, and I want to say that's 17, 5, and Con.
Yeah, Kai.
Yeah.
2 Corinthians chapter 5, verse 17. Therefore, if any man be in Hamashiach, he is a new creature. Old things are passed away.
Right, and Jake used that saying, like when they're talking about something that has died, or someone that so-called died, a body that may have died, they say what? They say they passed away. So that passed away is talking about death. This is alluding to that, right? That passed away right there. That's alluding to what? To death. Okay? In some form. So, and it's a season for that, right? Now, it's not necessarily going into, it's a time to put ourselves to death, stab ourselves in the neck, commit suicide. No, it's certain things we need to put to bed. We need to lay to rest. And certain things in your mentality, and certain things you was just doing that may need to die now. You may need to put to death. You know what I'm saying? Because it may be offending you, it may be whatever. And when that shows itself or is revealed to you, you need to be instant, because it's at that point in season. Okay? So that's that. Now, when you go back to Ecclesiastes 3 and to continue, it says a time to be born and a time to die, a time to plant and a time to pluck up that which is planted. Yeah, so it got to be sometimes certain things get dated, and you gotta get rid of. You gotta get rid of, whether, like I said, it's a mentality, whether it's things you may have, whether it's a food you've been eating, it make you sleepy. You gotta get it out of there, man. You know what I'm saying? It's like dealing with plants. When you got a piece of your plant blighting, that's an indication it could be infected, and by it being still with the rest of the plant, it can spread. It could affect the rest of the plant, and so at that moment when you notice that, that's a time to pluck up, literally, and that's how we have to be. We have to treat ourselves spiritually, As soon as you see something that's blighting, get rid of it. Matter of fact, we can get that real quick in the book of how Shah said that. I want to say is that Matthew 6? It might be Matthew 6. Matthew 6. Or it might be the 5th chapter. Real quick. Yeah. Matthew 5 and 29. You grab that. I'm going to get this other one.
Yeah, kind. Matthew chapter 5, verse 29. And if thy right eye offend thee, pluck it out and cast it from thee.
Right. Keep going.
For it is profitable for thee that one of thy members should perish, and not that thy whole body should be cast into hell.
Right. So you don't, like, I got this plant right here. I don't want to lose this plant. I might not want to. You got people that's tedious like that. You know what I'm saying? They like, it's a part of family though. But the nigga no good. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna start affecting. It's the easiest way to understand that is to deal with the plant. And then it do hurt, like plucking a piece off that was a part of the rest, and you just hope it bounce back. Right. But if it shows it ain't gonna bounce back, you need to get rid of it. Period. I think it's more, brother.
Yeah, kind. It says, for it is profitable for thee that one of thy members should perish, and not that thy whole body should be cast into hell.
Yeah, so for example, Spirit got it pretty much using a person or a family member as an example right now, right? So it's better to get rid of that nigga than the whole family die. You know what I'm saying? Because she around here polluting everybody's mind. So it's better to just cut this person off. That mother Kendrick Lamar, he got a song called Cut You Off. Very spiritual song. I would literally recommend brothers and sisters listen to that song. Because the scriptures tell you that the Lord incorruptible spirit is in all things. Now that don't mean start listening to rap music. So if you ain't on no, I ain't want to even say it like that. Like you ain't on no level, but if it can cause that, because that could be meat for you. So if that can cause you to offend, don't even deal with it. But if you could deal with it, listen to the song. You know what I'm saying? Is it more?
Yeah, Con, that's it. It's going into the right hand.
Yeah, Con. Yeah, you got it.
Yeah, verse 30, it says, and if thy right hand offend thee,
cut
it off.
And Jake, and people use that right hand mention a lot. Your right hand, man, etc. Something that's close to you, basically. It don't matter how close it is. If it's offending and it's causing you to lose, you really need to cut it off. Why? Because if you keep it attached to you, it's gonna start affecting, everything, and then there'll be no more of anything. See, you got it.
Yeah, kind.
So that could be what? That could be a brother, so-called brother in the truth. That could be anything close to you. It could be anything close to you. You got it. Now, and it needs to meet the criteria to be cut off, which you'll know. Don't be over righteous and destroy yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like how Shah told us, like let the wheat grow with the tares. You might left up to your judgment, especially if you got younger in the spirit as far as discernment, you might end up cutting off somebody that was actually good, you know. So that's really for those, you know. That's why I said you will know. You will know when it hit that point, you know. Let the wheat and the tares go together. That's dealing with what that means. You know, you can't. That's basically dealing with the believers. You're gonna have some good. You're gonna have some bad. Some that's outright gonna be taken and destroyed, but that ain't always gonna be clear for us to just say who that's gonna be. So you might be in a situation where you about to cut somebody off, but it might be it ain't that clear. The best thing to do, according to that scripture, the more wise thing to do is just leave it alone. You know, but if the person is really making it clear, like how the scripture, how Paul said, we are made manifest in your conscience that we basically are the Most High. It's the same way on the left hand side. Like when somebody going off, you're gonna know, man, and you're gonna know you need to cut them off. How I say what? Mark them that cause divisions. There aren't to be any schisms in the body. You know how brothers and sisters ain't supposed to be acting. I mean, you got an example with Ananias and his woman.
Yeah,
you know, stealing, shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Now, if a brother, you know, brothers, things happen. People can repent. But there's certain things that can't happen, and there's certain things that shouldn't continue to happen. Now, at that point, why would you keep a person that's continuously doing certain things or that may do a certain thing around? You know, you wouldn't. You would get rid of it. You got it.
Yeah, Matthew chapter 5 and 30.
No matter how close it is, you got it.
Yep. And if thy right hand offend thee,
yep,
cut it off and cast it from thee. For it is profitable for thee that one of thy members should perish, and not thy whole body should be cast into hell.
Yeah, because the scripture say, can two walk together except they be agreed? So we ain't gonna have niggas around. You know, if you brothers out there that may be, you know, camp leaders or whatever, you know, heads, you know, second in command, you know what I'm saying? Whatever, man. You know, certain rank, you know, and you might notice something in the spirit, right? That you probably gonna say something on because you don't want the team to lose. It's like when with the NBA players and, you know, the NFL players, they make suggestions. They like, yo, you know, we need to get that person, or he ain't, you know. You see them in the timeout breaks, they be cussing each other out on the bench, or the whole team might be cussing one person out, like, yo, you know. And the reason why you would do that because you don't want the whole team to lose. You don't want everybody to die. So the Lord say we do gotta hop on things like that, and you don't want to. Hey, don't allow your comfort and complacency to make you become weak. You don't got comfortable with this person. You so used to this person being around, you know, or and then you become unbalanced. You don't even, you know, you just you all rebuke or you all applaud, esteem. You ain't no balance in that. It got to be a balance. It got to be a balance. And you know, on a brother or something, and your comfort, and that ain't even going into how you may have become comfortable, right? But you're comfortable, you being comfortable, and your complacency would promote that, would aid unto that, and then ultimately lead to you what? Getting destroyed, man. You know, so that's that. Okay, that's it on that.
Yeah, Kai.
I got something. This is Matthew 18:8. It says, "Wherefore, if thy hand or shit," let me start at 7. It says, "Woe unto Salaki." It says, "Woe unto the world because of offenses, for it must needs be that offenses come. But woe to that man by whom the offense cometh." So yeah, there it is. It says, "Wherefore, if thy hand or thy foot offend thee, cut them off." Because somebody that's offended is written to be destroyed. So if you with somebody offended, you accessory to the murder. You accessory to the offense. You gonna get destroyed. So the Lord telling us how to deal now, and we can allow our comfortableness, complacency, etc. Allow us to become weak to making that judgment. And becoming unbalanced and our approach with this wisdom, man, and our approach to wisdom, to the point we'll get destroyed. So wherefore, if thy hand or thy foot offend thee, cut them off, and cast them from thee. It says, it is better for thee to enter into life halt or maimed, rather than having 2 hands or 2 feet be cast into the everlasting fire. See, it says, and if thine eye offend thee, pluck it out and cast it from thee. It is better for thee to enter into life with 1 eye, rather than having 2 eyes to be cast into hellfire. So, that's so pretty much with this approach, not allowing your comfortableness and your complacency to make you become weak, unbalanced, or get you destroyed, is gonna come with sacrifices. You're gonna have to lose some things, man. You're gonna have to make some adjustments. You're gonna have to become, while you getting used to the new adjustment, uncomfortable. Because when you're making a new adjustment, there's gonna be some uncomfortableness, and then eventually you settle in. That's just how it goes. Like I say, it could be a person, it could be a brother, it could be your so-called family members. That's what House already told us. That's on the line. He said he come to, the minute he pulled up on you and let you know what's going on, he was coming to bring division. Period. And now he putting you on further game, like, yo, it's better for you to get in than, to die with all of them. Here it is, you got the knowledge that our people supposed to get this, but you so comfortable and complacent with these old relationships and things that stagnant, ain't no more good anymore. So where now you won't even receive, the kingdom because of that, man. You got something?
Yeah, kind. Colossians chapter 3 and verse 5. It says, mortify therefore your members which are upon the earth, fornication, uncleanness, inordinate affection, evil concupiscence, and covetousness, which is idolatry.
Yeah, that's dealing with different traits. So these are different parts of yourself you got to kill. So that's a time for death. Really, at this point, it's always a time for death. Because ain't going to be no death when we get the new bodies. So right now, death is in season. In the spiritual sense, you're supposed to always be putting something to death.
Okay.
A trait, you got it.
Yeah, verse 6 says, for which things sake the wrath of the heavenly Father cometh on the children of disobedience.
Which is why we're trying to put these things to death before he put you to death. Because if you found with these things, which are the reasons why he's going to put certain individuals to death, you're going to be put to death. You're with it. You're with the things that he's putting to death. He won't put to death. Let's get the word mortify. The brother want to post that? Then you got something else?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, if you want to speak on it, you got it. We're gonna get like a couple more. That'd be it.
No, that was pretty much pretty much it. Because it says, for which things sake the wrath of God cometh on the children of disobedience. So these very things are the very things that are going to lead you to death if you don't kill them. So it's a balance within that. As they say, either be eaten. These things can overcome you and lead you into that path to death. So, you got to kill those things before they kill you.
Yeah, I got something real quick.
Okay.
This is 2nd Ezra 15 and 1. Behold, it says, I'm gonna just get to the point. Verse 5. It says, behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. See that? So the Lord said He's gonna bring those things, man. You know, it says, for wickedness has exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. So the Lord's gonna pull out a vacuum. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna clean this place up from all the dirty, which has become dirty from all these different ways found amongst these people. Like it say in Isaiah, or is that Jeremiah? The earth is defiled by the under the inhabitants thereof. Let's grab that real quick, and then we get that word mortified. Okay. Yeah, 25 and 5.
24 and 5.
Yep.
Yeah, kind. Isaiah chapter 24, verse 5. The earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof.
Right. And when you're going to defile, what it mean? Unclean. So the Lord finna clean this place up, man. From all the dirty, filthy works. You got it.
It says, because they have transgressed the laws.
Right. See?
Yep.
And what is transgression? Sin. You know, and that results in death. The wages of sin is death. You know, so you can't keep doing what you want to do when you see it's out for that. Because at that point you're hating the Lord, man. You're not doing what He told you to do. You know, all that hate me, love, death, man. You got it.
Yeah, kind. It says change the ordinance, broken the everlasting covenant.
Yep. So yeah, that's that, man. Okay, let's get this word mortify.
Kind. Just from the brother light of Israel, mortify, and it says to put to death. Yeah. By death, to be liberated from the bond of anything.
Yeah, that's why I say if we judge ourselves, we shall not be judged. You know what I'm saying? You better put it to death before the Lord put you to death. And I'm gonna read this in 2 Ezra 15 and 6 one more time. It says, I'm gonna start at 5. Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. For in destruction is when you take something that was once constructed apart. Lord about to break stuff down, man. It says He gonna break people. It says for wickedness had exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and the hurtful works thereof and their hurtful works are fulfilled. It says, therefore, saith the Lord, I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness, which they profanely commit. Neither will I suffer them in those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves. Behold, the innocent and righteous blood crieth unto me, and the souls of the just complain continually. So the Lord got to clean this place up, man. You know, they say how Lot was vexed for the filthy conversation. So this place is just completely dirty from the place people talk, the stuff people talking about, the stuff people entertain with. You know, it's early in the morning, niggas showing you, man, look how she moving with cheeks, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, this shit is crazy. You can't make it up. Like we was talking about that with that little group a couple weeks back. And he's like, you know, you at football, making a point through the spirit, like you trying to be at football practice. Here come a so-called woman twerking in the middle of the street. He's like, yeah, and it's an Edomite. He's like, yeah, I hate that, man. You know, it just pisses me off.
Yeah, he straight up was serious too.
Yeah, the work, hey, everything is just completely filthy, man. You know what I'm saying? So, Lord, He about to what? He's gonna clean this place up. So, and it's from all these works. So if you found with these works that's considered dirty, now that you see it's out for them. It's out of style. They didn't went out of style, man. You know, this stuff done ran this course. If you ain't cleaned up, it's just like when your parents come home, you ain't cleaned up. When you was told to clean up, Lord telling us to clean up, you getting your ass whooped, man. This, you know, the state you was once in will be put to death. You know, was a proud nigga thinking he ain't got to clean up. Like, well, yeah, when words don't teach, adversity will, man. You know what I'm saying? So that's basically it. We can get two more Let's get Second Ezra in the 16th chapter, and we're gonna start at verse 30. We're gonna start at 35, and let's also get I'll hold it, and that's Philippians. Then that'll be it.
Yeah, kind.
Let's get Philippians first. Philippians 4 and 12.
Kind.
Yep.
This is the book of Philippians, chapter 4 and verse 12. I know both how to be abased and
Start at verse. Start at verse. Start at 8. Bible shop.
kind.
Mm-hmm.
Philippians chapter 4, verse 8, it says,
Finally, you know what? Start at 5, read through 6, and then you can jump to 8.
Kind.
Mm-hmm.
Philippians chapter 5, Salakia, chapter 4, verse 5, it says, let your moderation be known unto all men. The Lord is at hand.
Right. So the Lord is at hand, man. And the Lord told us the harvest is plenty, man. The harvest ain't just getting on here doing videos. Like you got ways on your. You need to get your stuff together, man. You need to get yourself prepared for you having to possibly be a pilgrim. You know, really, you're a pilgrim regardless. You know what I'm saying? You got to keep making moves. Like you have to update this. Does it ever stay one season? No. So the Lord shows us it's always you got to move with the seasons. Try to stay dressing in the summer how you dress in the winter. Try to stay dressing in the winter how you dress in the summer. You won't make it.
Okay.
So when the adjustment mode pop up and your spirit hit you in the head, whether it's in that way or it come to you in a sign, or it's snowing outside when it was just cold hot, make the adjustment. Don't matter you was just wearing shorts yesterday. You gotta put a damn coat on today. And if you don't do it and you try to go against the grain, you're gonna get destroyed, man. Just jumping straight to it, man. You know, you got it.
Yeah, so in verse 6, it says, be careful for nothing, but
right.
in everything.
And don't get caught up being comfortable, being complacent. You careful. Basically, you start to care. You know, that's like being comfortable. It's like and then you're really complacent. That's like a form of care. Caring for someone, you become complacent. You know what I'm saying? When it's time to get up and make a move, you probably need to make a move. You don't want to even chill too much. You know what I'm saying? Like you want to, Jake like being in the tent. You need to get out sometimes. You know what I'm saying? You need to, because you don't want to get caught in the time when Esau come round the mugs up and you're not even able to maneuver or be out because you just so used to, you don't become a fucking couch potato, man. You know what I'm saying? It's a season when that's completely in season though, but it's a time when it's not. And you gotta know, you basically just want to stay sharp. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to take too many weeks off. You just want to, touch the bag a little bit, man. You don't want to be sitting down, not working out forever. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And you don't want to work out forever because you're gonna mess your joints up. You're gonna wear your body out, man. Tear a ligament, develop an injury. So you gotta see when you need to, okay, yeah, this ain't good. Yeah, I was walking early. I was out of breath. Let me get some cardio in. Because I know when that time come, I'll be able to. But due to this moment now, where I'm at now, I won't be able to, that's it. You got it.
Yeah, kind. Philippians chapter 4, verse 6, be careful for nothing, but in everything, by prayer and supplication with thanksgiving, let your requests be known unto the Heavenly Father.
Yeah, you got to be able to just leave put yourself in a place, in a space where you're able to just leave everything whenever. You might just need to take the whole summer and just move like that. Well, I'm gonna just say fuck everything I got and I wear a t-shirt every day, and a couple pairs of pants. Like it's different things you need to do to build your mind up, because when that time comes, if you ain't been being like that, you probably more than likely have become comfortable and complacent. Don't get used to always changing outfits and just being, dressy or whatever the hell. You know what I'm saying? And it's a time when you do need this, so that you don't go into a stagnation mode. You see what I'm saying? If you will, you know, it's wisdom in all these things, man. It ain't just. Don't be simple. Don't be confident in the plain way you got.
Yeah, kind. Verse 8. Finally, brethren, whatsoever things are true, whatsoever things are honest, whatsoever things are just, whatsoever things are pure, whatsoever things are lovely, whatsoever things are of a good report, if there be any virtue and if there be any praise, think on these things.
Right. And virtue is dealing with good characteristics, man. Characteristic that'll get you saved. Like stay. You don't want to lose because you so much of a Jake. You lose being proactive. You know what I'm saying? You so comfortable with people, you lose the abilities to supplant. People just leading you or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like the scripture say, don't make thyself an underling to a foolish man.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's just, you got it.
Yeah, Kai. Keep on going.
Yeah, Kai, you can read through.
Yeah, verse 9. Yeah, verse 9, it says, those things which ye have both learned and received and heard and seen in me.
Right.
Do.
Right. So, I'm watching this movie right now called Blade Runner 2045. Very powerful movie. Very powerful movie. In it, it's a lot of wisdom for you women. The damn nigga in the movie, his woman is a robot. But what's so heavy about it is, because it's like a movie, it's a whole nother story. But his woman, a robot, like for reasons you have to watch the movie. But in the movie, she bet he can download information into her. Like basically, he living in a whole artificial world, and his woman is basically Siri. Like they took Siri and made her have an image. Like she becomes a what's those words? What's that? A hologram, right? So when he come home, he has the simulated come home experience. Hey, honey, how you doing? You want me to come back? Yeah, he goes back. It's a speaker sitting on the table. You know what I'm saying? But she's able to project, and she's a whole image from the world that was or whatever. And her name is Joy. Instead of it being called Siri, they call it Joy, which is spiritual, because that's pretty much showing you like a woman is supposed to be like a man's joy, right? So she brings him out a plate of food, but it's fake. It's all hologram, and she puts it on top of his meal he actually made. Like she not even making this food. It's crazy. Like he made like some black soup. It looks disgusting. And she brought in, she literally had the apron on and everything. It looked real, just a hologram. She come in, she like, here you go, honey. She sit on top of it, and it just basically cloaks what he's actually eating. But the game for you women in it is, she was like, you don't like that. And she completely switch moments. She turns into she leaves out of the, like she completely like changed her whole outfit, her hair and everything in one moment. Like she switched to the next profile. Like she goes into a casual mode. And then right after that, he's like, okay, you don't like that either. Okay, let's dance. Her hair turns blonde and she puts on like this hooker outfit. So she able to just be however she needs to be in a moment like that. You see, you women, you get so goddamn complacent, you really get on that take me as I am shit. Like what's wrong with you? But that's so much that part in that movie is like hella game. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what I be talking about. You know?
Yeah, kind of.
And she get it. She like, oh, you don't like it. I'm talking about she completely switched over to the next profile. She like wearing all black, her hair down, and she just went from like the American wife at home with her apron on,
like housewife cooking.
Yeah, her hair is, she's the lipstick. I'm talking about she's completely switched to another profile. It's crazy, but last verse you read was verse 9, right?
Yeah, kind.
Yeah. So pretty much, I think what the point of saying this, it says, whatever you learn, receive, and heard, and seen of me, do. So in the movie, in these movies, it show you the time we're gonna have to be forced to deal with, and these dudes in these particular type movies, these post-apocalyptic type movies, are pretty much patterns. They pretty much representations of the men in this truth and that were of this truth of old, right? If they were put in the actual situation, this is how they will be moving. So you will use these movies as patterns, is what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? To adjust. Because in all those movies, they completely got to adjust. They in post. It's all about adjusting. It's all about not being comfortable. It's all about not being complacent. Whatever you got to do to to get the job done, to update, to be happy, that's what you do, and that's what that movie shows. You know, but you got it.
Yeah, kind. So Philippians finish off verse 9. It says, "And the heavenly Father of peace shall be with you." Verse 10, it says, "But I rejoiced in the Lord greatly, that now at the last your care of me hath flourished again, wherein ye were almost careful, but ye
Also,
lacked opportunity."
also,
Salakia, wherein ye were also careful, but ye lacked opportunity.
yeah. So it's things you want to do, but it might not be in season for you to do it. You will put it off because you see, it might be for like intentional purposes. Like, nah, I don't want to get complacent or comfortable to hell with it. I don't want to become weak. Because really, when you're able to put things off, that shows you aren't weak, you know, and that shows you're balanced. You're not actually unbalanced. And the reason why you're being like that is so you don't get destroyed. Okay, you got opportunities to come up in the world, but you might need to fall back. Like, I need to leave this job alone, or I need to go get this job, or I need to go so-called, or I might need to go do this. You just never know, you know. But the point is, the things you can get caught up in that may be opportunities, you are to keep them in the proper perspective, and that's season. You know what I'm saying? Like everything is a season. Is a season for everything. That's the perspective we are to have for everything. It's okay. This is a season. If it's out of season, not dealing with it. And if you deal with it just because you can, and you can, right? But it's out of season, you might start to become what? Comfortable, complacent, or weak. You know what I'm saying? Like eating to just be eating with your woman, just be, you know, you just doing stuff just to be doing it. You know, buying stuff just to be buying stuff. You know, um, you might be too hard on yourself too. It may be times you need to actually do stuff. You know, don't be over righteous. You'll destroy yourself, man. But when it's time for you to fall, you will know that based off your, you know, you're dealing with yourself in a realistic manner. Okay, you got it.
Yeah, kind.
Examine yourself.
Philippians 4 and 11. "Now that I speak in respect of one, for I have learned, in whatsoever state I am, therewith to be content."
So Paul said, yeah, y'all care about things that got opportunity, but y'all putting it off to actually make a move that makes sense, to deal with the brotherhood, to deal with this. You know, you might be able to do this in place of dealing with the brotherhood, but that might not be in season. So you need to not care about that. You don't need to, you need to put that off and go deal with the brotherhood. And you may not be able to do it because you've been so used to dealing with that and not having nobody tell you nothing. You know what I'm saying? So now you become complacent, comfortable, and now you think the Lord won't get you. Complacency. This how he said in Sirach. I'll get it really quick. Sirach in the 5th chapter. It says, verse 4. I'm gonna start at 3. Let me start at 1. Set not thy heart upon thy goods, and say not, I have enough for my life. Follow not thine own mind, and thy strength to walk in the ways of thy heart. So yeah, don't just get caught up in whatever you think and whatever you want to do. We got to walk according to this. And if this say, yeah, certain thing may be good for you, but at this moment it's out of season, don't deal with it, even though you possibly can. And then you got some that think just because it's right at they hand and foot and that they can deal with it, they really think like there's no consequence for that. Like, and they might keep doing that. That's the person that has become complacent. And it says what? And say not, who shall control me for my works? See? For the Lord will surely revenge thy pride. Say not, I have sinned. Because that'll be a sin. If you're doing something when the Lord say don't do it, even if it's good, that's a sin. But you do it anyway and you keep doing it because it's like ain't nobody doing nothing to you. That's a sin. And then you get to the point where you like, ain't nothing, so the Lord says, say not I have sinned, and what harm have happened unto me. For the Lord is long suffering. He will in no wise let thee go. Concerning propitiation is the point. Be not without fear to add sin unto sin. See that? And say not his mercy is great, for he will be pacified for the multitude of my sins, for mercy and wrath come from him, and indignation rests upon sinners. So there it is. Out in here, it says, make no tarrying to turn to the Lord, and put not off from day to day, for suddenly shall the wrath of the Lord come forth, and in thy security thou shalt be destroyed, and perish in the day of vengeance. So the Lord say, this is a moment when you get up off your ass, you make a move, or you do this, you do that, you do it, man. You know what I'm saying? Even if you probably don't need, you probably just should do it just for staying sharp. So that's really the point. Really, everything was self-explanatory. You got it.
Yeah, kind of. Here is verse 12. It says,
one more after this. You got it.
It says, I know both how to be abased,
yep,
and I know how to abound.
Yeah, so Paul said he learned, he's like, you can do this, you can do that, but you put it off for the right thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, even though you can't do it, you ain't becoming complacent. You know what I'm saying? These are you in the right state. And he like, not even that I'm saying like, you like he respect like that he's speaking respect of one. Like that's even something to even think about or to even consider. He says, because for I have learned, for edification's sake, this is how he talking. He said, for I have learned in whatsoever state I am therewith to be content. So it ain't about wants and all this. It's just really having a right mind regarding whatever state you may be, and what could be added unto that state. You know what I'm saying? Or be gained, if you will, in that state. But at the end of the day, you want to go into a look at it with, once again, the season perspective, man. Okay, you got it.
Yeah, kind. Philippians 4:12. Continue, it says, everywhere and in all things, I am instructed both to be full.
Start the top again.
Yeah, Philippians chapter 4:12. I know both how to be abased and I know how to abound.
Right. So it's times where you need to be low. It's times where you need to come up. It's just that simple. And that's all based upon what? When it's in season. When you see it pop up in the sign or in your spirit, you see it. Okay, I'm getting rusty. Okay, I'm slacking. Okay, I'm getting too comfortable. Familiarity brings content. You've been laughing a little bit more usually. You know what I'm saying? Talking a little more usually. Sometimes you just need to, check and see if it's in season any longer. And if it ain't, it's off the shelf. You got it.
Yeah, kind of. It says, everywhere and in all things, I am instructed both to be full and to be hungry, both to abound and to suffer need.
Yes, so it's in certain regards and certain things in your life that we may deal with in this life, we need to go completely hard at when it's in season. And it's times in those same things we need to completely be hungry, starve that out completely. And if you just sitting there, and you just got used to just, man, the Lord gonna pull up on your ass eventually, man. That's why he said, consider the ant. All right, let's get this last scripture. Second Ezra 16, and I'm gonna start at 35. This Second Ezra 16 and 35. Hear now these things, and you understand them, ye servants of the Lord. Behold, the word of the Lord, receive it. Believe not the gods of whom the Lord spake. Yeah, don't be deceived by these people. It says, behold, the plague, yeah, which is the gods of this earth, is Satan. You know, hell, even these dates on the left-hand side. You know, because the Lord said, I have said, ye are gods, but you shall die like men. That's even them. And they got a lot of people believing them. You know, in the commercials, Esau come to you telling you, oh, you can just, don't believe them, man. Don't believe you got 10 years. Don't believe you can put off. Don't believe you can just be out of season and not care. Don't believe you can get comfortable and complacent. This is not our rest. So at all times, we are instructed to be in a pilgrim mentality, man. You know? What can I move on next? Okay, do I need to post up for a minute? Yeah, okay, I'll post up. Do I need to move? Okay, what up? That's how you're supposed to be. It might not always be physical. It might not always be, you know, it's going to be different things. You know, but anyway, it says, behold, the plagues are nigh and are not slack. And that's really why the Lord has us in the councils like this, to develop a dispositions like this. Every man's going to be different, or less extreme or more extreme than the other, but every man should have this according to his measure and his arsenal, his spiritual arsenal, right? His arsenal of wisdom, knowing how to abase and how to abound. You know, not having the mentality to be able to see what's in season and what's out of season. You know, always looking to mortify some shit. You know, to gather or cast away. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to be able to do that, man. Okay. But anyway, it says, and it's ultimately for us to be able to deal with this time. Behold, the plagues that draw nigh and are not slack. As when a woman with child in the 9th month bringeth forth her son within 2 or 3 hours, or her birth, great pains compass her womb, which pains when the child cometh forth, they slack not a moment. Even so shall not the plagues be slack to come upon the earth, and the world shall mourn, and the sorrow shall come upon it on every side. Oh, my people, hear my word, those of you in this truth, you know, because we're the only ones listening anyway. Make you ready to the battle. See that? And then those pilgrims be even, and then those evils be even as pilgrims upon the earth. So that's implying that we're supposed to be pilgrims before that. He said even in those evils be even as pilgrims. So you might have to physically leave your home, man. Like literally, you might have to literally book it to another state, another town, another city. This is how someone that's trying to survive thinks. Yahushua did it. He always got on ships when it got heavy. He always escaped. He was the author and the finisher of our faith. And a lot of these movies ain't nothing but a visual of what, like I said, the men of old and the men of this truth that's of the elect would do, you know, and gonna do in those times, and are doing in the spiritual aspect now, because a lot of the men of old have come back. Obviously, no one here is Yahushua himself, but you know, we in that spirit, and then the men of old are back. Ezra's wrote this, so Ezra's gonna be a hypocrite. Ezra's here right now, you know. It says, "He that selleth, let him be as he that fleeth away, and he that buyeth as one that will lose." See that? He that occupy mercy. So you might buy something, you be like, man, I don't give a fuck about this shit. As soon as you buy it, you know, next week, fuck this shirt, fuck this, whatever it may be, fuck them damn, you know. That's how I be. You trapping it out with something that you just got, and then you just cast it off in the next breath once that breath is in season. You know, that's how we're supposed to be. It says, as he that have no profit buy it, slack it. And he that buyeth is one that will lose. He that occupies merchandise is he that hath no profit buy it. And he that buildeth as he that shall not dwell therein. And that's pretty much it. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to be a physical time where you're going to have to literally, you're going to look like, you know, Blade Runner, man. You know what I'm saying? You're going to look like Eli. You're going to look like people on the road. You're going to look like all these different people, man. You know, so that goes for you men, you women, okay, in or out of this truth or about to come in. You know what I'm saying? So don't allow your comfort, complacency, etc., to make you become weak, unbalanced, or get you destroyed. And a false balance is abomination with the Lord, man. You know, don't become weak, man. You will get destroyed. All right, don't. Like I said, you get so complacent with just my situation's good. You basically an American now. You know, like Ezel told us, he's like, you should have been bobbing and weaving. You know what I'm saying? He was like, you should have been bobbing and weaving. Debo got complacent. He got his ass knocked out, man. How long you think you can just stay in one setting? Like, nigga, shit updating around you, bro.
Exactly.
You was getting $14 an hour, you know, to $11 an hour, and you know, you look up, you thought that niggas think they could just stay at them jobs forever or something. Nigga, shit going up, and I'm the people that's out of there.
Yeah, they completely out.
You know, you got anything?
Yeah, no, that's it.
All right, so with that, call La Yahweh, Show, outside, Wahawa Kapadash, Lord willing, this was edifying, DTA, you know, Robert Ball, Kwame Ashala, Shalom.